Hey YouTube, here's a wee trial thing. I was thinking, I saw Oasis, not particularly proud of it, but I did go, and I did enjoy the concert. It was funny. Went to see them at Murrayfield, and I know what I did notice was Noel Gallagher, the mighty guitarist, was the number of guitars he used in the gig was amazing. I mean, he definitely had like a Carina Flying V and a Paisley Telecaster, but I think he went through about 10, and to be fair enough, why not? You know, it's like if you're the effort from, you know, if I was doing a gig or something and I wanted to play a different guitar for every song, you know, you could take all these cases and lug them about and someone might pinch them and all that, but if you're like you know, doing a tour thing, you've got roadies and stuff, so it's just, the only difference is what guitars do you want to take? Oh, I want to take these 5, so you usually just put them in a, you know, flight cases, just give them the road crew, then someone just hands you in tune and stuff like that. So why not? But the thing I did notice was he was changing guitar for every song, and it sounded absolutely identical in every single song. You know, when you're strumming a distorted electric, it's kind of, there's absolutely no point. I always keep thinking that when I'm doing guitar demos, the reason I kind of put the clean bit in is to try and make so you can actually hear the guitar rather than hearing just the effects. I mean, I don't really use many effects. Obviously, whatever I'm doing here is going to be much worse if I had lots of effects on, but I'm basically just going to use the fuzz pedal. I'm going to use the twinote, which a lot of people don't like. A couple of my pals have bought one and said it didn't work for them. It didn't sound like my one did, so I don't know whether there's a you know, a quality control issue or something like that, because I think that thing sounds fab. It doesn't really do very much. It's kind of got one sound, and it's like, it's not, if you like the sound it's got when you turn it on with all the dials at 12, it's fine. You can sort of adjust it a little bit, but it's not exactly vary. It doesn't exactly vary, you know what I mean? It's like kind of, it's got one sound which is, you know, variable from here to here, but it doesn't do this. And they've gone up in price. They're now 25 quid. I still reckon it's worth it, but I'm thinking, it's like, if I'm using the fuzz pedal, it doesn't really matter what kind of guitar I'm using. So I'm going to put in like a backing track, and then I'm going to try a few completely different types of guitar, different types of pickup. I think I'll just use the bridge pickup, and all the guitars. And I've got, like, you know, well, I'll split this one into single coils, so it'll sound as a single coil. This one's plastic as well, so that counts for something else. And then I've got a guitar there with P90s in it, and this is basically because I was sitting watching telly last night. I went, P90s, and, you know, it's like, you get like an SG, and you get like, yeah, I'll try different things. See if it actually makes any difference. And I've been doing this sort of pause and then swap guitar, so you don't actually have to watch me, you know, picking up the other guitar. So I'm going to have a wee go at that and see what I end up with. So I'm going to put in a wee backing track. This is a Cranking House song which has got a solo in it, which whenever you're in a band, you'll notice if you're in a band you get like one stab at the solo every time you play the song, and it's like, I should really spend more time playing over this bit. So I'm going to use the US Dream pedal. I'm using the Laney VC15, the 3x12 cabinet, and well, now the Joyo US Dream pedal. I'm going to stick this rhythm track in, and the Moore drummer pedal to make the drums, and then I'm just going to, like, in a band mix, can you actually tell whether what guitar I'm using if you were just listening? There will be a certain amount of you know, the sound that comes off the guitar, as in when you're playing, you know, it's like you're talking about like whether a maple fretboard makes a difference. Maybe it does when you're actually playing it, because at house volume, I mean in the house volume, you can hear the sound coming off the guitar, which that mic's going to do because it's right. I'm touching the mic there, it's just out of shot. So there will be an element of that in it. So it's like, it's not the same as if I was just recording it. I mean, one of the reasons I started doing the YouTube stuff was I was getting fed up with folks showing me a guitar, and it's like, yes, and it's like I just plugged it straight into the DAW, and then it's got, you know, and it's just got thousands of effects on it and stuff. That's not actually what the guitar sounds like. So it's like you can treat a guitar to anything else. I'm not going to touch any of the knobs or anything like that, everything, the volumes and stuff. So if a guitar's quieter, it's just quieter. And I tone it full, bridge pickup, and then see what happens. I think I might put bass on it as well, so it's like kind of in a band mix kind of idea. Well, even though I don't actually have drums, but I've got that pedal. So quite simple. that one. If I wait till the end of the thing, I can maybe be able to make it so that I've played this with bass before. I'll do it. Okay, I won't do that bit again. Yeah, proper live. Keep it simple. That'll do. I've cycled this until it gets to the end and hopefully it'll just play as one big sequence. Like it's nice to and humbucker. Hard to talk and play at the same time. That sounds different. Not really meant for this sort of thing. Banjo. That's banjo. That's it. Getting silly now. I've played bass with a pick for years. Run out of frets. So that was a bit silly. Obviously getting incredibly silly. Then I should really have looked out more guitars. It went an awful lot quicker than I thought. I don't know how many bars I did of each song there. So yeah, okay, I was feeling a wee bit of a difference there. Difference in sound going between the different guitars, has to be said. So I went through, what did I just go through there? So I started off with the plastic tokai, the matte series, which is just, I really just fixed up yesterday, the video from yesterday with this in it. I was just using the single coil in the bridge, which technically was although it's a sorry, I keep saying call it plastic, it's really derogatory sounding, isn't it? The Fibertech Future Carbon Fiber Graphite strat. It's a humbucker split into a single, so that's technically different from the Strat, which is hello here, the Japanese Fender. It's actually a single coil. In fact, actually, I missed an opportunity. This isn't a single coil. This is a stacked single coil, so it's hum cancelling, like a noiseless one. So it's not a pure. I forgot to do a telly as well, but there you go. So I'll see. I want to listen back to it, see what it's like, see how much of it's my influence on what. Fuzz pedals are noisy. There's a telly hanging on the wall there as well. I could have used that. Although technically it doesn't have telly pickups in it. Those are duosonic pickups, so maybe that wasn't the right one to choose. Yeah. So how much is your preconceptions on how you play a guitar rather than actually what the pickups are like, are basically not how good a guitar is. Well, how good a guitar is, but I mean all the guitars, obviously all the ones I've got, all play good and well enough to be like a proper guitar. When you say like, you know, one guitar sounds like the next one, you know, is if you do buy a rubbish guitar and it doesn't play properly, that doesn't really count. So I'm really only counting guitars that have been set up and play like the way they're meant to. So that was the Strat. I've forgotten what I went to next. Was it the SG? Don't know. So I mean, I think they've all got 10s on them, apart from the bass, obviously. But scale lengths change as well, so I mean, does that make a difference to the sound? And obviously, give me an SG. Did you play like AC/DC? Did I sound more like, was I more Tony Iommi or was I more Tony Iommi? But this one, because for me, the one, my Tony Iommi guitar, although I do have a red Gibson SG, is this Aria Pro, which I put in. Easy, I like fitting that I don't keep hitting guitars off. This, which isn't really an SG, got an SG-ness to it, but it's the P90s, which I put in myself. These come with single coils. This is a Thor sound. This would be my more Sabbathy guitar, even though, you know, obviously the Gibson SG is why I bought it. It's the Black Sabbath guitar, but this one with the P90s in it, there's something about it that makes me feel it's a bit more Sabbathy. So actually, it's quite mad switching that quickly between guitars, and then, you know, to altering your playing, which I think I've got a bit of an advantage because I go through so many guitars. I can kind of pick up a guitar and play it like for what it is pretty quickly. Adjustments. I do remember not liking Telecasters for years because they just felt so alien, or Fenders in general, even just recently the Strats. But once you get used to playing them all and you can switch between them, it's obviously, I've got a bit of an advantage there. What else did I go to? Oh, this one, which is, if you've noticed, the camera position's changed because I used this one for putting the camera on. I've now swapped it over. I can use that guitar as well. It's got the Yamaha RGX A2 has P90 sized humbuckers, so maybe that's a difference I could have done. I've got a guitar that's got P90 humbucker sized P90s. Maybe there's an interesting video for one day, or maybe not a very interesting video, but see what the difference between my Epiphone SG has humbucker, well, it should be humbuckers, but I put P90 humbucker sized P90s in it, and that Yamaha has P90 sized humbuckers. So, but what's the difference between them? This one's got mini humbuckers. This is a fantastic guitar if you ever see one of these. This is an AEX 520. I don't know. It's semi-hollow. I was kind of trying to. I was going to try and I forgot to actually, when I was thinking about doing this video, I was going to kind of try and angle it away from the mic so you didn't hear the sound coming from the body, because this one's actually quite loud when accounting it being hollow. So I mean, this is louder than a normal electric guitar, I think. Is it? I'm just doing this. This is a wee tester for myself when I watch the video back. Is this significantly louder than that plastic one? Sorry, the matte future technology. The matte future technology one, because technically this is hollow as well, although it's full of foam. So I mean, is it actually? Not really any louder, I don't think. It does sound different in a way. Which is maybe that more to do with scale length and stuff. It's treblier than this one. Brighter. Too many guitars, probably not enough time. I need to get myself some sort of recording gear so I can actually justify actually having so many guitars that I can flick between. The problem is I keep fixing these things up. Like I fixed this up yesterday, and it's like, got another new guitar. But the thing is, the other day I fixed up the Casio one, and it's another new guitar as well. So it's like once you get it, it's like these aren't new guitars. I've had them for years, but when you actually fix them up properly and get them played to their full extent, it's like, whoa, a new guitar. And it's like it's quite annoying when you do it if you get like a new guitar. If say you get a new guitar every week, even then you've got like a week playing a guitar. I'm sitting here and I've got one day to play it, so getting a bit carried away. I could just end the video here. Okay, so the video's ending here, but I'm going to keep going. So rock on, catch you later. I'm just going to continue on with this. Just having a bit of a blast for another 5 minutes. Just because I want to play this guitar. Maybe try different. Yeah, I'll just go back onto the fuzz pedal again. I'll use a neck pickup this time though. Something and I'll put it on. Silly! Can't remember this to the fuzz pedal. We've got electro. I couldn't plug it. This one doesn't even have a strap on it. And boy did that hurt my hands trying to play aggressively, finger picking, playing high up in the fretboard and stuff like that. That's me just trying to squeeze acoustic in a little bit more. I've not looked out my original Yamaha yet. I'll do that tonight, I think. Sit and watch. I need to try and watch The Rise of Skywalker again at some point. I think I watched it once. In fact, I have. I've watched it once and it took me about 6 attempts to get through it because I kept getting bored and lost and fed up. And being a Star Wars fan, I really need to watch all of it. Yeah, so in conclusion, I don't know. Make your own judgment of what was thought, but I like the Pi fuzz pedal. I don't know if I've done a demo of it, but I use it quite a lot. Normally when I say fuzz, I use that one. Even though I bought the Behringer fuzz, but the Behringer fuzz is it does too many things for me. I'm not a technophobe. That's not the word I'm looking for. I like simple things. It's like I like concentrating playing the guitars. That's why I kind of pretty much never really use any effects or anything like that. Because it just, the more things you add on, the more complicated it gets, and the more time you spend trying to set things up rather than actually just playing the guitar. So I kind of use. I mean, the pedals I use, I mean, pretty much. I don't even use the Rat pedal that much anymore. It's now pretty much that US Dream pedal, which is a sort of distortion, and then that Fuzz pedal, which is a sort of fuzz, and that's and clean. That kind of it. Never been. Mind you, that means I should probably totally love acoustics because you don't even have a pickup choice on that. You know, it's like the variables. There's none in acoustics. It's just like I suppose you can play finger pick or finger style or with a pick. That's kind of it. Whereas even like on a Strat, you get 5 sounds and then you get 2 tone controls and then you get an amp with 10 knobs on it. There's so much things you can mess about with. I just tend to. I mean, I very rarely. In fact, I never touch any of the knobs in the amp. The knobs in the amp just sit at. What do we have? The clean volumes are, there's no numbers on it. Okay. Clean volume is at 2. I'm playing in the clean channel. I've got the bright switch in. The drive and the drive volume are for when I was in the studio, so I've never used them. Bass is actually at 6, and so is middle. Interesting. Treble's about 12 o'clock. Reverb is, well, it's at half, but it's never turned on. And this amp actually has a master tone control, which is at about 4. So these things don't really change very much, and to be honest, the only reason those ones probably aren't at 12 is because they get bashed when I was taken to the studio. I just not turning it up. Just deal with what I've dealt with. So rock on, have fun, stay safe, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'm actually going to do a video which I don't think anyone will like tomorrow. I might do 2, a sort of guitar-y one and then one which is a bit weird. You don't have to watch it. I'll put up a guitar-y one because I did some wiring the other day and did a video on it, and it's a wee 5-minute. It was alright. It's a learning process, but the thing is, I don't want to take the guitar to bits and then unwire it and then wire it back up again. So it is what it is. Rock on, stay safe, and have fun, and we'll get through this.